I wrote all 9 tracks that made it onto the album in a period of 2 weeks at the end of December 2020. I committed myself to write a song a day for those 2 weeks. Initially we aimed for 7 tracks as per the previous album, so I thought to myself, if I write a song a day, that would mean we could pick the best 7 out of 14. The songs actually came really easy, and at the end we decided on 9 because there were 2 songs that we felt we couldn't leave out. The Future Radio sound has definitely evolved from the first album. In general, the songs are more up-tempo and lean more towards punk than rock, with the exception of one ballad. Some of the first songs I learned when I started playing guitar was punk songs. I can think of Green Day, The Offspring, Blink, NoFX, to name but a few, so it's almost like it came full circle. After we decided on the final track listing, I started pre-production. I'm quite thorough in this phase and I built the tracks as close to what I hear in my head, adding all the guitar parts, the bass, the drums, the vocals and the backing vocals. I believe if you get this phase as close to what you hear in your head, the rest of the recording process is fairly easy because you already have a solid foundation to build upon. Then it came time for us to start tracking the instruments. Again, I called up 2 of my trusted friends and phenomenal musicians who played on the first album, Herman Rossley on drums and Nico Badenhorst on bass. First up was the drums. We booked a day at one of our favorite studios, Green Sound Studios, and Herman flew up all the way from the Cape to lay down the grooves. I knew from the start that he would be the right guy for the job because these tunes were right down his alley. In incredible style, he beat the crap out of the drums and laid down all 9 songs in one day, which is quite a feat. We can't be happy with what came out. Next up was the bass, and I wouldn't have wanted anyone else but Nico Badenhorst to lay it down. Nico and I studied music together and we clicked since day one. His tone and his feel is second to none. I sent the tracks off to him and he laid down the parts in his home studio in Durban. As always, he didn't disappoint. We recorded the guitars at my home studio and it was great to have Dricus play on the album. On the debut album, all the tracking was done before he came on board, so it was another full circle moment because he was actually one of my first guitar students. We had plenty of laughs and burgers in between tracking. Lastly, I tracked the vocals at Bartman Studios with Christian Bartman behind the controls. He's a phenomenal vocalist and sang all the backing vocals on the first album, so we were really privileged to have him on board again, not only as backing vocalist, but also as vocal producer. We have now sent the separates off to Joshua Oosthuizen from Horizon Productions to put it all together, and we eagerly await the first mixes.